Let me ask you something most people quietly avoid thinking about. Why is it that some people earn a decent income, yet still feel like they're constantly catching up, always waiting for the next payday, always stressed, always wondering where the money went? And on the other side, why do some people earn the same, sometimes even less, but still feel calm? They're not panicking about bills. They're not confused by their finances. They just seem in control. Now here's the part most people get wrong. It's not just income, it's not luck, and it's definitely not just discipline. Because if it was only about discipline, everyone with a high income would be wealthy, but they're not. So what's really going on? It's something deeper, something invisible, something running in the background of every financial decision you make. It's your mindset, and more specifically, your money mindset. Because the way you think about money quietly controls how you earn it, how you spend it, how you save it, and even how you lose it. Most people never notice it. They think money problems are external, but in reality, they are often internal patterns showing up externally, and this isn't just opinion. This has been explored deeply in books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Psychology of Money, and Your Money or Your Life, all pointing toward one uncomfortable truth. Your financial life is not just numbers. It's behavior, it's emotion, it's psychology. And once you understand that, you stop blaming income alone and start looking at thinking patterns, because today, you're going to see something most people never see clearly. The exact money mindsets running your decisions, how they quietly influence your spending habits. And most importantly, how to start shifting them starting today. This isn't about earning more first, it's about thinking differently first, and that changes everything. Welcome to Mindset Bloom, where growth starts with awareness, not motivation. Because if you don't understand how you think about money, you'll keep repeating the same financial patterns again and again. Same habits, same stress, same cycle. But once you see it clearly, you can change it. The 5 core money mindsets. Let's slow this down and make it real. Because most people don't struggle with money because they're careless. They struggle because they've never questioned the mindset behind their money decisions. And once you understand this, you start to see something uncomfortable but powerful. Your financial life is not random, it follows patterns, and most people fall into 5 main money mindsets. Not officially, not intentionally, but through repetition, emotion, and environment. Let's go through them one by one. And as you listen, don't just hear it. Recognize where you might be operating from. The scarcity mindset. I never have enough. This mindset is built on fear. Not just fear of being broke, but fear of losing what you already have, fear of not being able to replace it, fear of uncertainty in the future. So even when money comes in, it doesn't feel secure. It feels temporary. That's why people with this mindset often do 2 things. They either hold on to money tightly, or they spend it quickly out of anxiety. Because underneath it all, there's a constant internal message. This might not last. This idea is deeply explored in the psychology of money, where financial behavior is shown to be driven far more by emotion and perception than by logic. The survival mindset. I just need to get through this month. Here, money is not a tool, it's pressure. Bills come in, expenses pile up, and decisions become reactive instead of intentional. There is no long-term plan, only short-term relief. You're not thinking about building wealth. You're thinking about surviving the next financial wave. And over time, this keeps people stuck in cycles that never really move forward. The comfort mindset. I deserve this. This is where money becomes emotional relief, not strategy. Stress, spend. Bored, spend. Tired, spend. Frustrated, spend. It's not about what you need, it's about how you feel in the moment. And the purchase gives temporary comfort, but the financial reality doesn't change, so the cycle repeats. The status mindset. I want to look successful. Here, money is tied to identity and perception. How you appear, how others see you, what your life looks like from the outside. Cars, clothes, lifestyle choices. Not always because you need them, but because they signal success. This connects strongly to ideas in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, where the distinction is made between looking rich and actually being rich. And many people stay stuck because they prioritize appearance over structure. The wealth builder mindset. Money should work for me. This is where everything shifts. Money is no longer emotional. It's no longer reactive. It becomes a tool for freedom, a tool for options, a tool for time. This mindset focuses on investing, saving, and building systems that grow over time. And most importantly, it delays short-term satisfaction for long-term stability. This is the mindset that quietly separates financial stress from financial control. And once you see all five clearly, you start to realize something powerful. You don't just earn money, you relate to it. And that relationship shapes everything. Psychological money drivers. Now, let's go a layer deeper, because here's something most people don't realize. Money decisions are rarely logical. They feel logical in the moment, but underneath, they are emotional reactions. And once you see that clearly, your entire relationship with money changes. Fear is one of the strongest forces behind financial decisions, and it doesn't ask for permission. It pushes you, it speeds you up, it removes patience. And when fear takes control, you stop thinking long-term. You start reacting. Urgency appears. Urgency almost always leads to poor money decisions. This is where money stops being about value and starts becoming about mood. Bad day, you spend. Good day, you spend. Bored, you spend. Stressed, you spend. It's not about what you need, it's about what you feel. And for a moment, it works. There's relief, there's distraction, there's a small emotional shift. But the situation underneath doesn't change, so the cycle repeats. I want to feel successful. I want to feel important. This is one of the most powerful drivers of all, because here, you're not just buying things, you're buying a version of yourself, a feeling, a label, an identity. And this is where money becomes emotional expression instead of financial planning. This idea is deeply connected to insights from the psychology of money, which explains that financial behavior is driven far more by emotion, perception, and personal history than pure intelligence. And once you understand that, you stop judging your money habits and start understanding them. Forget what you say about money. Look at what you actually do. Do you track your spending or avoid checking it? Do you plan purchases or buy in the moment? Do you save first or spend first? Because behavior never lies, it always reveals your mindset. And your mindset, it always creates your financial reality. Now let's shift things. Not in theory, not in motivation, but in real-life actions you can start using today. Before every purchase, stop for just 10 seconds. Ask yourself, do I actually need this, or am I trying to change how I feel right now? That small pause breaks impulse. It creates awareness between emotion and action, and in that space, better decisions appear. Start writing down where your money goes. Not to criticize yourself, not to feel guilty, just to see the truth. Because you can't change what you don't notice. This idea is strongly reflected in Your Money or Your Life, which emphasizes that awareness is the first real step toward financial control and freedom. Before you spend anything, save something, even if it's small, even if it feels insignificant, because this isn't about the amount, it's about identity. You are training your brain to think, I am someone who keeps money, not someone who spends everything, and hopes for the best. Separate emotion from money. When you're emotional, don't make financial decisions immediately. Pause, step back, let the feeling settle, then decide, because most financial mistakes are not logical mistakes. They are emotional reactions made too quickly. Think in time, not moments. Stop asking, what do I want right now? Start asking, what will this decision look like in 6 months? Because short-term thinking feels easy, but long-term thinking builds stability. And this simple shift changes how you evaluate everything, what this means for your life. Here's the truth: you're not bad with money. You're not careless. You're not unlucky. You're operating with a money mindset that was never trained. And once you see it clearly, you can't go back to ignoring it, because now you notice patterns, you see triggers, you recognize habits you used to repeat unconsciously. And that awareness, that's where control begins. Not with earning more, not with working harder, but with thinking differently. So don't try to fix everything at once. Just focus on one moment today, one decision, one habit you usually repeat without thinking, and change that. Because financial transformation doesn't start with money, it starts with awareness. This is Mindset Bloom, where you don't just earn money, you understand it.